I just did a deep dive on this 16-year-old who was running from the FBI for 3 years. This is Colton Harris Moore. He's also known as the Barefoot Bandit. Colton didn't have the best childhood. I'm not going to get into details, but one reoccurring issue he had with his mom, she would just be careless when it came to buying food. So there would be no food in the house, and he'd be like, yo, are you going to get some food? And she'd be like, So eventually, after living with his mom and barely having any access to food, he was like, okay, I'm just gonna run away and steal some food because I'm really hungry. So he leaves his house and he starts living in the woods, but he starts breaking into people's houses, people that reside in the town. So everyone's like, have you heard about this kid? He's breaking into our home so he can eat our food. And then some people are like, just let him be. Maybe he wants some fruit snacks. Are we really one to judge him for that? One day, the police are looking for Colton because they're always looking for Colton. In the forest, they come across this tent and it has all this jewelry, these laptops, money. They scope out the forest. Colton is nowhere to be found. And the next day, a handwritten letter is given to his mom or left on his mom's porch. It said something like, police want to play games, this is war. Colton was repping his colors. He was about it. Come to find out, when the police found that tent of his, he was in the forest lurking, watching their every move, and they still didn't find him. At this point, everyone still thinks Colton is just a kid who wants some food. Then he starts stealing airplanes. And people were wondering, they were like, how does he even know how to fly a plane? He's 16. You watching this, you might be asking the same question. He said he learned from video games. He refused to use planes that he never used in a video game, which is the logic. It's almost there, but it's not, you know? An anonymous donor came forward and they were like, Colton, if you turn yourself in, I will personally give you $10,000. Just come on, buddy, turn yourself in. $10,000, but you have to reply in like 5 days. This offer isn't on the table forever. They waited 5 days, no answer. Crickets. Colton said, it ain't about the paper. It's about the game. I love the game. Since Colton is stealing airplanes at this point, he's like, I think the smartest thing for me to do right now is just go off the grid. So he flies his plane to the Bahamas. On one of the days Colton is in the Bahamas, he pulls up to this party on a stolen boat, and he's like, hey, did y'all hear about the kid who crashed his plane? They immediately stop their music, and they're like, okay, who are you? Are you that one white kid who came over here and is stealing food and stuff? Because we can feed you. And he was like, no. I just need you guys to call the cops on me. I want to be chased. And they were like, we're not going to do that. And he's like, no, call the cops. I'm serious. And they're like, I just opened this bottle. To be honest, I'm not really feeling calling the cops. But then he's like, call the cops. And he speeds off. So then they're like, what a buzzkill. And they call the cops. Eventually, Colton is caught in the Bahamas, but not by the US police, by the Bahamian police. Police broadcast this on TV for like days. They're like, oh, look, US, we had to catch this kid. God damn, you were looking for this kid for 3 years. We looked for him for 8 hours, found him. Real quick, I wanted to include this note Colton wrote to this animal hospital. Drove by, had some extra cash. Please use this for the care of the animals. Colton Harris Moore, aka the Barefoot Bandit. Pretty cool guy, you know? I'm gonna be honest. Has he really given us a reason to dislike him at this point? Okay, so he stole a plane. Listen, we all do stupid things when we're kids. He committed 67 felonies in 3 different countries, and he stole things like airplanes and boats. Honestly, kind of based when you think about it.